In a quiet town, far from the noise of big cities, lived a girl named Mia. She was a dreamer, always looking up at the stars, imagining worlds beyond her own. But lately, her heart felt heavy. Her best friend Leo had moved away to a different state a few months ago, and it felt like a piece of her was missing. Mia and Leo had spent countless nights stargazing in her backyard, sharing stories and dreams. They had plans to explore the universe together, to travel to places they had only read about in books. But now, with Leo gone, everything felt dull and gray. The nights felt longer, and the stars seemed less bright without him by her side. Every day, Mia would check her phone, hoping for a message from Leo. Sometimes she would see his name pop up, and her heart would race with excitement. But more often, there were only memories. She missed their laughter and the way they could talk for hours about anything and everything. The distance between them felt like a vast, empty space, making her feel alone even in a crowded room. One afternoon, as Mia sat in her room, she stared at a picture of them together. They were smiling, arms around each other, with the stars shining. Brightly above them, she sighed, feeling a wave of sadness wash over her. "I wish I could talk to you, Leo," she whispered to the picture. "I don't know how to reach out." Mia longed to reconnect, but didn't know how to bridge the gap that distance had created. She thought about sending him a message, but what would she say? Would he even care? Doubts clouded her mind. Just then, she glanced outside and noticed the sky turning to shades of orange and pink as the sun began to set. An idea sparked in her mind. That evening, she decided to write a letter. It felt more personal than a text message, and she hoped it would convey how much she missed him. She poured her heart out onto the page, sharing stories of her days, the things she missed about him, and the dreams they had talked about. She even included a drawing of their favorite constellations, connecting the dots just like they used to do. Once the letter was finished, Mia felt a sense of relief and hope. She carefully folded it and placed it in an envelope, writing Leo's address on the front. The next day, she walked to the post office, her heart racing with excitement and fear. As she dropped the letter into the mailbox, she felt a sense of courage wash over her. She had taken a step, and that made her feel closer to him. Days turned into weeks, and although she didn't hear back right away, Mia kept the hope alive. She started looking at the stars every night, thinking of Leo and their dreams. The universe felt big and full of possibilities, just waiting for them to explore it together again. She imagined him looking at the same stars, wondering about her. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Mia received a letter in return. Her heart leaped as she tore it open. Leo's handwriting filled the pages, and with every word she felt his presence. He talked about his new life, the challenges he faced, and how he missed her too. He shared a funny story about his new school, and how he was trying to find someone to stargaze with. "I wish we could look at the stars together again," he wrote. "I miss our talks, and I promise to visit soon. Until then, let's keep sharing our dreams." Tears of joy filled Mia's eyes as she read his words. She felt the distance between them shrinking, replaced by a strong bond that could not be broken by miles. They were still connected, and their friendship could survive the challenges of distance. In that moment, Mia realized that even though they were far apart, their dreams and hopes still linked them like the stars in the sky. She took a deep breath, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. She would not let distance keep her from the people she cared about. Instead, she would reach out, share her feelings, and keep the connections alive. As she looked up at the stars that night, Mia felt a spark of courage within her, just like the alien SOS that had sparked humanity's fury. She knew that her voice could reach Leo across the vastness of space. Their friendship was a force to be reckoned with, and together they could face anything that came their way. Hope filled her heart, and she smiled, knowing that their story was far from over. Mia sat in her room, surrounded by the soft glow of fairy lights. The letter from Leo had brought her joy, but she still felt a nagging sadness. It had been weeks since she wrote to him, and though he responded with warmth and memories, the distance between them felt heavy. She missed their late-night talks and the laughter they shared. The stars outside her window twinkled like distant dreams, reminding her of the adventures they had planned. determined to bridge the gap. Mia decided she would not wait for Leo to come to her. She would take charge of their friendship, inspired by the courage she felt after sending her first letter. She began brainstorming ways to reconnect. What can I do to show him I care? She wondered. The next day, while walking through the park, Mia noticed a group of kids playing soccer. Their laughter echoed through the air, and she couldn't help but smile. She remembered how Leo used to love playing soccer with her, even if they weren't very good. That gave her an idea. What if she organized a soccer game and invited him to join via video call? They could play together even from miles apart. Excited, Mia rushed home and grabbed her notebook. She started drafting an invitation for a virtual soccer game. She wrote about the date and time, how they could play on their own fields, and how she would set up her phone to video call him. She even included a few funny rules, like making the game more challenging by playing with their non-dominant feet. The idea made her laugh, and she hoped it would make Leo smile too. Once she finished the invitation, she sent it off in another letter. This time she felt a thrill of anticipation as she sealed the envelope. Would he accept? Would he find the idea as fun as she did? She put the letter in the mailbox and waited, her heart racing with hope. Days passed, and each day felt longer than the last. Mia often found herself staring at the stars, wondering what Leo was doing and if he would respond. Finally, just as she was about to give up hope, a new letter arrived. She tore it open with trembling hands. Mia, it began, I loved your idea. I can't remember the last time I had so much fun thinking about soccer. I'll be ready for it. Our match. Let's make it a day to remember. Mia's heart soared. Leo was excited. She quickly wrote back, detailing the final plans for their game. She felt a spark of joy and anticipation, imagining the two of them laughing and competing. Even from afar, on the day of the virtual soccer game, Mia set up her phone in her backyard, making sure the camera had a clear view of the makeshift goal she created with some old boxes. She dressed in her favorite soccer jersey, feeling a mix of nerves and excitement. She couldn't wait to see Leo's face. When it was time for the game, Mia pressed the video call button, her heart racing. The screen flickered, and there he was, Leo smiling brightly from his side of the screen.
Yes.
He wore his own jersey, and the sight made Mia's heart swell, ready to lose. He teased, and they both burst into laughter. The distance seemed to fade as they exchanged playful banter, just like old times. They started the game, each kicking an imaginary ball back and forth through the screen. Mia pretended to dive for saves and cheered whenever Leo scored a goal. They laughed and joked, creating new memories together. It felt as if the miles between them disappeared, replaced by the joy of their friendship. After the game, they settled down, still beaming. "That was the best!" Leo exclaimed. "I've missed this so much. We should do it more often." Mia's heart swelled with happiness. "I've missed you too. We can make this a regular thing. Maybe we can even invite more friends next time." Leo nodded enthusiastically. "Absolutely. And who knows, maybe one day we can play in person again." As they talked late into the night, sharing stories and dreams, Mia felt a renewed sense of hope. She realized that distance didn't have to mean the end of their friendship. They could create new ways to connect, just like the stars that continued to shine brightly in the night sky. Looking up at the stars through her window, Mia felt a sense of excitement. Just as humanity could unite to answer a call for help, she and Leo could unite their friendship across the vast distances of life. Together, they would keep reaching for their dreams, no matter how far apart they were. Their connection was strong, and with every letter and call, they were building a bridge that would withstand any distance. Hope filled Mia's heart, and she smiled, knowing their adventure was just beginning. Mia sat on her porch, the warm sun shining down on her as she replayed the moments from the soccer game in her mind. It had been a week since she and Leo had their virtual match, and she couldn't stop smiling. Their laughter still echoed in her ears, and the joy of reconnecting brought a lightness to her heart. But she also felt a familiar ache. While their friendship was strong, the distance still lingered like a shadow. As the days passed, Mia found herself thinking more about Leo. She missed the little things, his silly jokes, the way he would dance, When his favorite song played, and their long talks about their dreams, she wanted to share her life with him, but she often felt unsure about how to keep their connection alive. The thought of losing that bond scared her. One evening, as she gazed at the stars, Mia had an idea. She remembered how they used to dream about exploring the universe together, talking about what it would be like to travel to other planets. What if we could still do that? The thought lit a spark of excitement in her heart. Mia decided to create a project that would help them explore their dreams together, even from afar. She grabbed her notebook and began writing. "Let's create a dream journal," she wrote. "We can share our goals, our fears, and our hopes. It will be like our own little universe." She imagined how they could write to each other about their aspirations. Leo could share what he wanted to achieve at his new school, and Mia could express her dreams of becoming an astronaut. They could even include drawings and ideas for adventures they could take together one day. With a sense of determination, Mia wrote a letter to Leo explaining her idea. She told him she wanted to start a dream journal and asked if he would join her. "We can fill it with everything we want to do, and we'll share it with each other," she wrote. "I believe it can help us stay connected, no matter how far apart we are." After mailing the letter, Mia felt hopeful. She spent the next few days preparing her part of the journal. She decorated the cover with stars and planets, writing "Our Dream Journal" in big, colorful letters. Inside, she wrote her first entry, sharing her dream of becoming an astronaut and exploring new worlds. She filled the pages with sketches of spaceships and distant galaxies, all the while imagining the day she and Leo would explore them together. When Leo's response arrived, a few days later, Mia eagerly tore open the envelope. His excitement practically leaped off the page. "I love this idea, Mia," he wrote. "I've always wanted to be a scientist, studying new planets and the life on them. Let's fill this journal with everything we can dream of." Reading. His words filled Mia with joy. They were embarking on a new adventure together, one that transcended the miles between them. They exchanged letters filled with dreams, sketches, and ideas, each entry bringing them closer. One day, Leo wrote about a project he was working on at school, a science fair about outer space. He described how he planned to create a model of a distant planet. "I can't wait to show you. Maybe you can help me with ideas," he wrote. Mia felt a rush of excitement and immediately began brainstorming ideas for his project, sending him sketches and concepts through their letters as they continued their dream journal. Mia realized that the distance that once felt like a heavy weight was now a source of inspiration. They were creating a shared world, one where their dreams could thrive despite the miles. Each letter felt like a new star being born in their galaxy of friendship. One evening, while sitting under the stars, Mia looked up and felt a sense of belonging. Just like the universe, their friendship was vast and filled with possibilities. No matter how far apart they were, their connection was stronger than any distance. They were two explorers on a journey together, fueled by hope and the dreams they shared. Mia smiled, knowing that their story wasn't just about longing. It was about building a bridge of dreams and friendship. She felt empowered, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, just like humanity rising to meet the call of the universe. She and Leo were answering the call of their friendship. Together, they would navigate the stars, creating a path filled with hope and adventure, one dream at a time. Mia felt a surge of excitement as she flipped through the pages of their dream journal. Each entry from Leo brought her closer to him, like pieces of a puzzle coming together. They had created a wonderful world filled with dreams and aspirations, and it made the distance between them feel a little smaller. But as the days passed, she also felt a pang of sadness. She wanted to see Leo in person and share these moments face to face. One chilly evening, Mia sat on her porch, wrapped in a blanket, with the journal resting on her lap. The stars twinkled brightly above, and she thought about how much she missed her friend. She remembered all the times they had spent together, from their late-night talks to their silly soccer games. But now, with Leo living so far away, she felt a longing in her heart. Suddenly, an idea sparked in her mind. What if she could organize a visit? She knew Leo had mentioned wanting to come back home for the holidays. Maybe she could surprise him. The excitement of planning a reunion filled her with energy. She jumped up, feeling a sense of purpose. Mia quickly grabbed her phone and sent Leo a message. "Hey, how about we plan a day for you to come visit? It would be amazing to see you again." She hit send, her heart racing. What if he couldn't come? What if he had other plans? But she pushed those thoughts aside, focusing on the hope that blossomed within her. Days went by and Mia waited eagerly for Leo's response. She imagined all the fun they would have together, the adventures they could go on, and the late-night talks under the stars. Finally, she received a message that made her heart soar. "I'd love to come. Let's make it a day to remember." Mia felt like she was flying. She immediately started planning their time together. She thought about all the things they could do: a picnic in the park, a movie night, and of course, stargazing. She wanted to make every moment special. The day finally arrived and Mia could barely contain her excitement. She woke up early, preparing her favorite snacks and setting up the backyard for their reunion. She spread a blanket under the stars, decorated it with fairy lights, and laid out their dream journal as a centerpiece. When Leo arrived, Mia's heart raced. She ran to greet him, and they embraced tightly, laughing with joy. "I can't believe you're here," Mia exclaimed, pulling back to look at him. He looked just the same, but there was a new spark in his eyes. "I've missed this place and you," Leo replied, grinning. They quickly settled into a comfortable rhythm, just like old times. They played soccer in the backyard. Their laughter, echoing through the air as they chased each other around, felt as if no time had passed at all. Later that evening, they sat on the blanket under the stars, the world around them fading away. Mia pulled out their dream journal, and they took turns reading their entries aloud. Leo shared his excitement about his science fair project and the ideas he had for the model planet. Mia listened intently, feeling proud of her friend's ambitions. As they talked, Mia realized how much they had both grown. They had dreams that were not just about the future, but also about supporting each other. "You know, I believe we can achieve anything together," Mia said. "No distance can break our friendship. We're like stars in the sky, shining bright, even when far apart." Leo nodded, his eyes shining with determination. "Exactly. We can always find a way to be connected no matter where we are. Our dreams will keep us close." They spent the rest of the night talking about their aspirations, making plans for their next adventure, and sharing their hopes for the future. With every word, Mia felt more empowered. She realized that their friendship was not limited by distance. It was defined by the strength of their bond. They could support each other, dream together, and face any challenges that came their way. As the stars twinkled above them, Mia felt a sense of peace and happiness. Their reunion had been everything she had hoped for and more. She knew that no matter where life took them, their friendship would endure. They were two explorers navigating the vast universe, ready to answer any call for adventure. In that moment, Mia understood that their connection was a powerful force, just like humanity rising to meet challenges head-on, with hope in her heart. And Leo by her side, she felt ready to embrace whatever the future held. Knowing that together they could reach for the stars and make their dreams a reality. After their amazing reunion, Mia felt a renewed sense of connection with Leo. The joy of their time together lingered in her heart. But soon the reality of their distance returned. Leo had to go back home, and she couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness as they said their goodbyes. They promised to keep in touch, but Mia worried about how they would maintain that closeness now that they were apart again. Back at home, Mia sat on her bed, the dream journal open in front of her. She flipped through the pages filled with their dreams and plans. It was a beautiful collection of hopes, but she wished they could share those moments in person more often. She missed the comfort of having Leo nearby, the spontaneous adventures they could embark on together. Feeling a mix of determination and sadness, Mia decided she needed to take action. She wanted to make sure their friendship didn't fade away like a distant star. The idea of organizing a virtual adventure struck her. What if we could explore together, even if we're miles apart? She thought excitedly. Mia grabbed her phone and sent Leo a message. What if we plan a virtual adventure? We We can explore new places through videos or books and share our thoughts. She hit send, her heart racing with hope. A few days later, Leo replied with enthusiasm. That sounds amazing. I'd love to do that. Let's pick a theme for our adventure. They decided on exploring the wonders of space. With their shared love for the stars, it felt like the perfect choice. They began researching online, picking documentaries and articles about planets, black holes, and galaxies. Every time they spoke, Mia felt a spark of excitement. They were not just keeping in touch, they were embarking on a journey together. Mia spent hours preparing for their first virtual adventure. She created a schedule, selecting videos and articles for them to explore together. They would meet every Saturday night, just like they did for their soccer games. Each session would be filled with discussions, dreams, and laughter. The first night of their adventure arrived, and Mia set up her laptop in her room. She decorated her space with posters of planets and stars, creating an atmosphere of wonder. When Leo logged on, his face lit up the screen, and Mia felt her heart flutter. With joy, ready to explore? She asked, beaming. Absolutely. Let's go, Leo replied, his excitement infectious. They started with a documentary about the solar system. As the visuals of swirling planets and shining stars filled their screens, they were transported to another world. They laughed at the silly facts and marveled at the beauty of the universe. After the video, they discussed their favorite planets and shared what they wanted to learn about next. I want to know more about Mars, Leo said, his eyes sparkling. It seems like such an interesting place. Mia nodded eagerly. 2. Let's dive into that for our next session. As the weeks went by, their virtual adventures turned into a cherished routine. Each meeting brought them closer, and Mia felt the distance between them shrinking. They shared their thoughts, dreams, and even their fears, creating a safe space where they could be themselves. The dream journal became a treasure trove of ideas, filled with plans for future adventures and discoveries. One night, as they were discussing space travel, Leo shared his dream of becoming an astronaut. I want to explore the universe, and maybe even discover new planets, he said, his voice filled with passion. Mia's eyes widened with admiration. You can do it, Leo. If anyone can, it's you. We've been brave and curious. Leo smiled, encouraged by her words. And you can join me on that journey. We'll be a team, exploring the stars together. In that moment, Mia felt a wave of hope wash over her. They were not just dreaming, they were building their future together, one adventure at a time. Their friendship was a powerful force, capable of overcoming any distance as they continued. Their virtual explorations, Mia realized that their connection was like the universe itself, vast and full of possibilities. No matter how far apart they were, their friendship would endure, shining brightly like the stars above. One night, as they concluded their session, Mia looked up at the stars outside her window. Just like the stars, our dreams can guide us, she said softly. We'll always find a way to reach each other, no matter where we are. Leo nodded, his voice filled with determination. Together, we can face anything. Our friendship is our greatest adventure. With hope in her heart, Mia smiled. They were two explorers navigating the cosmos, ready to answer the call of their dreams. No distance could dim their light. They would shine together, reaching for the stars and creating a universe filled with possibilities. As the weeks passed, Mia and Leo continued their virtual adventures, diving deep into the wonders of space. Each session was filled with laughter, learning, and dreams. But even with their newfound routine, Mia still felt a twinge of sadness. The physical distance between them sometimes felt overwhelming, and she longed for the day when they could explore together in person again. One Saturday night, after a particularly exciting session about black holes, Mia sat alone in her room. Staring at the dream journal, the pages were filled with colorful drawings and notes about their discoveries. Yet she couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. She wanted to share more than just their dreams. She wanted to create new memories together. Suddenly, an idea sparked in her mind. What if they could plan a real adventure? She remembered how they used to talk about visiting a planetarium together. Why not make that happen, she thought. We can plan a trip to a nearby planetarium when Leo visits next. Mia quickly grabbed her phone and typed a message to Leo. What if we visited a planetarium when you come back? You can see the stars up close and maybe even catch a show about space. She hit send, her heart racing with excitement. A few days later, Leo replied with enthusiasm. That sounds amazing, Mia. I would love to go. Let's make it a plan. Feeling a wave of joy, Mia began researching the planetarium, looking up showtimes and exhibits. Wanted to make this adventure special. She planned to invite a few friends to join them, turning it into a celebration of their friendship and shared dreams. The day Leo arrived, Mia was practically bouncing with excitement. She had decorated her room with star-themed decorations and even baked cookies shaped like stars and planets. When Leo walked through the door, they embraced tightly, and Mia felt a warmth spread through her heart. I can't believe we're finally doing this, Leo exclaimed, looking around at the decorations. You've really made it special. They spent the afternoon catching up, sharing stories about school, friends, and their dreams. Mia's heart felt full as they laughed and reminisced. When it was time to leave for the planetarium, they hopped into Mia's car. Filled with energy and anticipation, the planetarium was a magical place, filled with the wonders of the universe. As they walked through the entrance, Mia felt like a little kid again. They explored the exhibits, learning about stars, galaxies, and the mysteries of space. Leo's eyes sparkled with excitement as he pointed out different constellations. Look, that's Orion, he said, beaming. Remember when we tried to find it in your backyard? Mia laughed, nodding. I remember. It was so hard to see through all the trees. Finally, it was time for the star show. They settled into their seats, and the lights dimmed. The dome above them transformed into a night sky filled with twinkling stars. As the narrator spoke about the wonders of the universe, Mia felt a sense of awe wash over her. She glanced at Leo, who was completely absorbed in the moment. His face lit up with wonder. This is incredible, he whispered, and Mia couldn't help but smile. They were experiencing something special together, just as they had always dreamed. After the show, they wandered outside, where the night sky was clear and filled with stars. Mia took a deep breath, feeling grateful for this moment. So glad we did this, she said, looking at Leo. It feels like we're really exploring together. This is a memory I'll treasure forever, Leo replied, his voice full of warmth. As they stood there, side by side, Mia realized that the distance between them had transformed. They had turned their dreams into reality, creating new memories that would last a lifetime. The bond they shared was stronger than ever, and she felt a sense of hope blooming in her heart. Even when we're apart, we can still have adventures, Mia said, her eyes shining. Our dreams and friendship will always connect us, no matter the distance. Leo nodded, his face filled with determination. Exactly. We're not just friends. We're explorers. Together, we can face anything. In that moment, Mia understood that their friendship was a powerful force. Just like humanity rising to meet challenges, they could rise above the distance and create a universe of memories. Together, there were two stars shining brightly in the night sky, ready to navigate whatever adventures lay ahead. As they drove home, laughter filling the car, Mia felt a deep sense of joy. Their friendship was a journey, one that would continue to grow and thrive no matter where life took them. As the weeks turned into months, Mia and Leo's friendship continued to flourish. Their trip to the planetarium had been a turning point, filling them both with joy and new memories. Yet, even with their regular virtual adventures, Mia still felt a twinge of sadness whenever she thought about Leo moving away. She missed the spontaneous moments they used to share and the ease of being together. One evening, as Mia sat in her room, she looked through the dream journal they had created together. Each page was filled with drawings, dreams, and memories, but it also reminded her of the distance that separated them. She closed the journal, feeling a mix of gratitude and longing. I wish we could have more adventures like that, she thought. Just then, she received a message from Leo. Hey, Mia. I've been thinking about our next adventure. We should plan something big. His excitement made Mia smile, but it also made her realize she wanted to do more than just virtual adventures. She wanted to create a grand reunion, something unforgettable, that would bring them together again. Mia quickly typed back, "What do you have in mind?" "I'd love to plan something special," Leo replied almost immediately. "How about a camping trip? We could go to that state park we talked about and see the stars up close." Mia's heart raced at the idea. Camping under the stars had always been a dream of theirs. "That sounds amazing. Let's make it happen," she responded, filled with excitement. They spent the next few days planning every detail of the trip. They decided to invite a few friends to join them, turning it into a mini-adventure. They packed tents, snacks, and their dream journal, eager to create new memories. Mia felt a sense of hope building inside her. This was going to be an adventure they would never forget. The day of the camping trip finally arrived. Mia woke up early, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. She gathered her gear and headed to the park where they had agreed to meet. When she arrived, she spotted Leo and their friends setting up the campsite. Seeing Leo again filled her with joy, and she ran over to hug him tightly. "I can't believe we're finally doing this," Mia exclaimed, her eyes shining with happiness. "Me neither. It's going to be epic," Leo replied, grinning from ear to ear. As they set up their tents and prepared for the evening, Mia felt a warmth in her heart, laughter and chatter of their friends surrounded her, creating an atmosphere of joy and excitement. They spent the day hiking, exploring the beautiful scenery, and sharing stories around the campfire. It felt like they were making up for all the time they had spent apart. As night fell, Mia and Leo lay on their backs, staring up at the starry sky. The stars shone brightly above them, twinkling like diamonds. Mia felt a sense of peace wash over her. "Look at all the stars," she said softly. "It's like we're part of something so much bigger." "Exactly," Leo replied, turning to her with a smile. "No matter where we are in the universe, our friendship connects us. We're like stars shining brightly even when we're far apart." Mia smiled back, feeling a rush of gratitude for their bond. "I'm so glad we made this trip happen. It reminds me that distance can't keep us apart." They spent the night talking about their dreams and plans for the future. Each story shared brought them closer, making the distance between their homes feel smaller. They talked about traveling the world, exploring new places, and supporting each other's dreams. In that moment, Mia realized that their friendship was not just about being physically close. It was about the connection they had built over time. They had faced the challenge of distance together, finding ways to stay close despite the miles. As the night wore on, they pulled out their dream journal, filled with entries and drawings from their adventures. Together, they added new pages, capturing the memories of their camping trip. Mia felt a deep sense of hope. They were not just dreaming. They were living their dreams together. As they lay under the stars, Mia felt a renewed sense of purpose. "We can face anything together, just like humanity rises to meet challenges," she said. Looking at Leo, "No distance can break our bond. We're explorers, ready for any adventure." Leo nodded, his eyes shining with determination. "Together, we can conquer the universe, one dream at a time." In that moment, Mia knew that their friendship would continue to thrive, no matter the distance. They were two stars, shining brightly in the night sky, navigating their journey together. With hope and determination, with every adventure, they would grow stronger, their dreams lighting the way.